Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to beautiful Desolation. These will be my first impressions, or at least relatively so, of the game, and I'll tell you the basics about it, what it's about, some of the gameplay elements, the aesthetics, so on and so forth, so you can get a better idea whether you'd be interested in something like this or not. So, let's begin with the options menu, but before we delve into the, the visual art style, the gameplay, the graphics, etc., etc., Beautiful Desolation is a really good name for this game. Emphasis on the beautiful part. This is, and I want to open up with this, because I usually start with, the options menu, the gameplay, and then, is it worth your time, is it worth your money, so on and so forth, but here I'm going to sort of invert things around a little bit. I'm going to start off with the visuals. This is visually the most beautiful game I've played in a long, long time. Not in terms of graphical fidelity, but in terms of the atmosphere, the art style, and generally the sort of visual appeal to it. The game's bloody beautiful, and they don't lie about it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, to that, I do want to add a caveat that there is a lot of, compression when you upload stuff to YouTube, so even if you put it out on 4K, it's still going to look way, way uglier than if you were to see it for yourself. So bear in mind that when you're watching this on YouTube, the game actually does look a little bit better on, or will look a little bit better on your actual PC, or however you intend to play it. So, game options are fairly simple, not much to it, but a good chunk of options to choose from. Video options are actually quite nice. Various resolution options with different hertz as well, which is not always the case. I've noticed that often games don't give you the choice of hertz, which is kind of weird. Yeah, just forced FPS, VSync, anti-aliasing, so on and so forth. Gameplay options, though, not a lot of, and that is because as we hit continue and load into the game proper, the gameplay is familiar only to those of us very old in the 2D isometric game. Well, point and click. Yeah, I guess you would call this a point and click, right? So you point to where your character, where you want to go with the character, and he goes there. Amazing. Now, I'll give you the sort of general theme of the game and what it's about, and then I'm going to go into it a little bit more, and I think I've picked the so far worst looking area to start with, but that's fine, we can focus on other things. So, the game is very much about exploration and using a variety of tools to, well, explore the area, solve puzzles, and so, stuff like that. So you have an inventory of different things. It is essentially kind of like a glorified puzzle game, where you explore, learn more about the history of the world, the story, so on and so forth, but the emphasis really is on the visuals, the story, and the narrative. So, with that said, let's move over to these traps and see what it is. Alright. Tarps, sorry, I thought it was traps. Right. So, what is the basic gist of the story? And this is something that you learn in the first few minutes of the game. Well, it is... Do I need to talk to you? Because there's a marker above your head. I would assume no. Okay. The general gist of the story is... It all began in the 1970s. Your country, unnamed henceforth, was at war. And it was all chaotic until the Penrose appeared.
I knew it.
What is the Penrose? Well, that's what my character is here to find out with his brother. Find out more information about the Penrose, but essentially it jumped technology and society forwards immensely. And it led to a variety of technological developments and all sorts of things, right? 1, 2, 2, 6. Probably not. Okay. We need to find the password for that thing. Okay. So, what do I have in my inventory that might be helpful? I have the retina needed for this thing. Excuse me? No? Interesting, alright. Oh, so these are like the possible passwords. 1192, let's start with that one. Right then, so he's been 1192. Character's obviously been, we, I suppose, have obviously been doing this for quite a while and trying to get to the bottom of this entire mystery. And the reason is, the way the game opens is with the death of our wife. Well, your wife. Yeah, you know what I mean. The main character's wife. And hence the obsession with the entire thing. 7734. Hey, we got it. Alright. Welcome, Director Walter Corman. Sure thing. There anything I can do here? No. I'm assuming it just opened the retina scanner thing.
No.
Yes, I'm not looking for this. Am I just being a bit dumb? Backup blocked by data protocols. Okay. So probably something around over here.
I told you. I knew they were lying to us.
Right. Oh, for the record, probably useful to know, pretty much the government and everyone associated with looks heavily down upon anyone mildly critical of the Penrose and, quote, those heretics that don't believe in it do not deserve to live and do not deserve a place in this world. So, yeah. Is there like two things I need to... I think I was just being stupid, so you don't put it there, you...
No.
This really feels like the correct thing to do. Maybe I'm just being dumb. I needed to power it. Thing is, I've picked this up before I've picked this up, and it really looked like I didn't need that. It really looked like an optional thing. But okay, disable local protocols. We've got it. We're hacking, boys. Let's go. So, prepare data, prepare drive, prepare disk, run backup.
It's here. Let's go.
Okay. It's up here, considering the fact that you just called me, no? Ah, yes, here it is. Right. There's the Penrose data disk. Looks oddly familiar to those of us... Oh, God.
Halt! Yeah. Do not move. Get onto the ground with your hands behind your head.
Don't shoot. We're unarmed.
Shoot. It's just two of us. We're unarmed.
Control. Control, come in. We have 2 trespassers at Desolation. Over.
Do you hear something?
No. The cinematics, by the way, are utterly gorgeous as well. Let's just look at this. And that's the end of the game. Like, I'm kidding. Right then.
What the hell happened?
Dunno. Would like to find out though.
This thing, it did something to us.
Well, mate, it did something to the entire landscape as well. As not that that's more important than my own health, but I mean,
Control. Come in. Over.
it's sort of more obvious. Can I do anything to the scan? No.
Control. Come in. Over.
I do have a radio. No signal.
Nah.
There's a military transport here and a locked
locked.
door.
Don, you okay?
Holy shit, Mark. Look at this thing. Where the hell are we?
I'm not the expert here, mate. I'm
Oh shit, Don. I know as much
winging
as
it,
you do.
honestly.
Where are all the labs? And where the hell is this chopper? I'm gonna lose my job over this. Mr. Callan is gonna have my ass in a sling when he finds out.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, we've got bigger problems, mate.
Look around us, Don. I don't think your job is our biggest problem right now.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so what do we do? Radio someone for help?
Yeah, tried that
I'd
already.
rather keep our presence here under wraps for now. We
And
need to
that
get off
too.
the
Yes,
Penrose.
of course.
Can you fly this thing?
Yeah, it looks like a simple troop transport. Can't be too different from a Chinook. I'll know more once I'm inside. But yeah, if it flies, I can fly it.
But we need to find a way to get inside because it's locked. Right. The bony stalagmite twists upward into the air, softly lit air. Scan complete, you say? Okay, review report. Never mind, never mind. Do not review the report. Never mind.
Unclean beings. The holy shrine of Darius has been desecrated.
Holy. Where are we?
The human filth dares to address us while defiling the sanctorium of Darius.
Accessing additional justice protocols.
We meant no harm.
Please, we did not mean any disrespect.
Justice protocols loaded. Purging erroneous data.
Willfully or unwitting, this thing of flesh has slathered its grime all over the most holy sanctuary. Its pleas for forgiveness are noted in a log for transcription to the record.
Connecting to the record. New information has been added to the queue.
Yet still, we are required to purge its unclean presence from this place.
Initiating DNA scan. Please hold still.
Tell us what's going on. I mean, if I'm gonna die, I want to die knowing what happened.
Purge our presence? What do you mean?
Memory at capacity.
It's not quite
Please
what I said, but
describe
okay.
the free-up memory. Unloading justice protocols.
May experience some slight discomfort as we drain the fluids from its foul human husk.
No, God.
Honored that its blood shall adorn agnate armor as we carry out the will of Darius.
Is there anyone else we can talk to, you know, before we get purged?
Now wait, is there anyone else we can talk to? I can explain. We did not mean to come here.
Prepare to execute kill command.
Death is the only atonement for its crimes. There is no other way.
DNA sequencing complete. Cancel kill command.
This meat husk houses no mutations. How strange. The Ascendancy will want to hear of this.
Initiate contact with Ascendancy.
What do you mean
It is a
mutations?
lucky flesh sack to have cheated death so narrowly. Captain Fisher, ready the transport, and set course for the bulwark.
What do you mean no mutations?
What do you mean I have no mutations?
Memory limit exceeded. To purge memory, please return to charge rejuvenator.
This noisy meat has tried my patience enough. Lieutenant Marais, bring the fat one and the Agnite dog. It can be used for spares.
No, 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 no. What, I don't get to even try and save my brother? No. Or do you mean, like, bring him with me? Probably that, yeah. Alright. So far, I don't know, but I'm guessing we've travelled either to a different dimension or in time. My bet's on time. You're gonna try and shoot it down? Yeah. Thoughtful of them to, okay, in the event of this happening. Right then, I have a new radio frequency.
Anybody hear me? I'm on.
Don, come in.
Marky, yes, I can hear you. I'm hurt, but I'm all in one piece. I'm on some sort of petty satellite. Can't make anything else out. Can't tell my position. I'm hurt. Looking out. Help.
Don, hold still. I'm on my way.
Damn. Alright,
I can't believe I survived that crash.
I can. Alright. Agnate override required. Don't know how to do that. Alright, quickly. What is this? You've written something down. Terrifically useful. Not sure how it's going to help save our brother, but move. Alright, nothing up there then. Can we recover anything from the crash site? Probably not. Just get moving then. Yeah, we've definitely moved in time. Because this is like a highway. Well, was a highway, probably. At some point in the future. Some point in the past, yeah. I am curious, though, what are you writing in this codex of yours? I mean, given the fact that you drew it in like 2 seconds, it's incredible, but as a drawing itself, you know. Could be better, could be worse. What is this? Array. Huh. Okay. Add component to Buffalo. I have a sim or what now in my inventory? Yeah, I was gonna say, don't remember picking that up. Alright. A simulacrum. It's a very fitting name. Well, it might be, I don't know. Depends on where we are, but where and when we are. Alright, let's keep exploring and see if we can't find Brother Deer.
Hello? Is anyone here?
But by God, this is gorgeous. It's the attention to detail, I think. The little... It's always the little things. Hello?
What the hell did you do?
Are you blaming me for this?
This was certainly none of my doing.
You have a good sense of humour. Listen here, Toaster.
Listen here, Toaster. You're the only thing I know around here that isn't trying to kill me. We must work together.
Work together with a terrorist like yourself? Never.
I'm not a terrorist. I'm a journalist. I was trying to expose whatever the hell they were doing on the Penrose. I know you're probably a bit shaken up, but we need to find a way out of here.
I am not shaken up. I am attempting to initiate contact with Control, and until Control is updated with our current sit rep, I am not leaving.
We have a better chance of surviving together, you
We have a
know.
better chance of surviving this if we work together.
Alright, I will join you. But I will not be treated as a pet nor as a tool. I will accompany you until I can make contact with Control. And when we get back, you will be placed under arrest for trespassing on an active military base.
Don't fucking threaten me, Tin Can. Yeah, I don't understand the censorship. I really don't. This entire Puritan thing where you can display crashes, people getting murdered, shot, but you can't say the F word. And I can't say it on YouTube either because I'll get demonetized. This entire, you know what? The age of Puritanism was a few centuries ago, and yet apparently we're still living in it today. I just don't understand it. Let's get off this beach first, though. It's like literally my only criticism of the game is the censorship
I'm on
in
your
it.
6.
If you're not gonna swear, then just don't swear. Don't censor the swear words. That's worse. By the way, there's footsteps as you walk. Look at that. I mean, they're slightly weird footsteps, but never mind. There's footsteps as you walk. The attention to detail is absolutely phenomenal in this game. I cannot praise it enough. Alright, instead of running around like maniacs, let's, do we have a map of sorts, maybe? That'll help. Ah, indeed we do. Right. I'm not sure how useful this map is, to be honest with you. Especially when I can't really read it all too clearly. What the hell are you? These are human bones, right?
What was that?
I don't know, mate, but it was next to human bones. Usually not a great thing. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm just walking in circles now. Let's go this way. There's nothing over yonder. Let's go back.
I have no records of these shipwrecks.
Yeah. Because from where we come from, they haven't happened yet. Is that right? Pretty sure I figured it out. Well, figured it out. Bit generous. I think you're the Agnet robot thing, right? So if we go back over to the overpass where we crashed, I think you can interact with the... Yeah, see?
I've got a frequency. It's not Control, but it is something. This troop transport has its own sentience. It is dying. I do not know what to do for it, what to say to it.
It's
We'll
got
need to
something
shut
we-
itself down. It's got something we need.
I can't. It's scared, panicking. It's broken, split in two. It is slowly fading away. Hello, I'm here. You're not alone. Not alone.
We can't save it, but we'll stay with
I
it.
don't think we can help save it. But we'll stay here with it.
It's gone. It's just gone.
I'm sorry. At least it heard some kind words in its final moments. I know this is hard, but I need access to its diagnostics.
I suppose it is what must be done. By the way, I'm Prototype 00 Combat Helper. You can
Pooch.
call me
Oh, yeah.
Pooch.
Mark Leslie.
Pooch. Pooch. That is terrific. Eject avionics data bus. Avionics data bus. Added, which we're gonna need to do something with. I do believe. Right, however, here's the thing. I think I've showed you enough of the game. Reason being, this is heavily, as you can see, story-driven and character-driven, right? So to show you more would sort of ruin the game. This is from the very beginning, by the way, of the game. Like the first, I don't know, 10-15 minutes in is when we started. So I don't want to reveal more about the story, and I don't want to reveal more about, you know, anything else, but by far the most gorgeous game I have played in a long, long time, and the attention to detail in this game baffles me. From the scenery and like the little trickles of water that you can see to the tiny butterflies to the UI, the way it loads. When you load a save file or something, even that is like atmospheric and fitting, and it's not just like a generic loading thing. The attention to detail paid to every single aspect. I mean, look at his tie even moves as you turn around. That sort of attention to detail is not something that we see in any game whatsoever nowadays. Even like the most AAA titles don't pay attention to detail like this, where that, to be honest, like a good portion of the players is probably going to miss a lot of these things. It is absolutely phenomenal, and as an experience, I full-heartedly recommend that you try it, but also, I had to, for the sake of, you know, being, I guess, more informed on the subject and being more objective about it, I did have to look up some spoilers about the story, though I will not share them with you. There is quite a lot to be discovered, there is quite a lot of twists, and yeah, it's a terrific story to immerse yourself into, visually stunning, and yeah, it is terrific, especially if you're a fan of like the older style of games where you, well, basically games of this type, you know, where you solve puzzles and move around. It's not much for action, it's more about this, but it does have some action moments in it, and some intense moments in it, and the description for the game really does it a service. You do, I believe you do have to fight enemies as well eventually, but this is like most of the game.
The Buffalo Troop transport.
Indeed it is. Can we put this onto it? Ha! Indeed we can. That is the extent of my wisdom. Oh, we need a neural network for it. Right, we need a neural network for it, and we need to find it. Good. Alright, yeah, that's about it. So, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions about the game, I'll answer them down in the comments below, but I don't want to show more than this. I really want to give you the opportunity to explore all this for yourselves, so go and do it. Do I recommend the game? Absolutely. It is gorgeous and worth your time, money, and attention. That's it for now, though. Have fun, take care, and bye-bye.